Hello, hello, infamous Joel here. Give me the hashtag live. Hashtag blue platter. Let me know when you're watching this. Hashtag mob if you're one of the members of the infamous mob. Pretty much all of you are, right? So, happy Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Settle down because we've got some training coming right now. Matter of fact, just me mouthing off, but I've got something to teach a little bit. Just a little bit. Something that I've discovered over my time doing this affiliate marketing stuff, doing this business, online business stuff, because for a while I was helping coaches even. So a problem comes across my messenger, my communications with you guys a lot. It's very consistent. Pops up a lot. A lot of this main concern of, isn't this space overcrowded, right? A lot of people either struggling or beginning to thinking, my message, my persona, my brand is getting drowned out, right? Nobody seems to be hearing me, or I feel like I'm regurgitating a lot of the same stuff as everybody else, or you're scared of that, or you're saying, well, isn't it oversaturated, right? So because of that, subconsciously you kind of self-sabotage, or maybe you never really get started because you're thinking, oh, there's too many people doing this, right? So I'm going to tell you exactly how you beat that. How do you get over the oversaturation? How do you get over the crowdedness in the space? Whatever space you're in, health, wealth, relationships, whatever you're doing. How do you get over that? How do you stand out? How do you be the only one doing something, right? So this is how you do it, right? Every industry out there, at some point, yes, it becomes oversaturated. At some point, everybody's heard everything that could possibly be said, right? They've heard everything under the sun. I'll give you an example. A few years ago, right? A few years ago, there was this massive, it's still kind of going on, but they're trying to fix it. This massive oversaturation of superhero movies. Do you remember that? It's still going on. It's still pretty bad, but it's not as bad as it was at one point. At one point, it was like Ant-Man and Superman and Spider-Man and Man-Man, and it was like every freaking man possible had a movie coming out month after month after month after month, and it was insane, and people were starting to lose interest, right? They were making money, but the vast majority of people were kind of just getting this, like, superhero movie exhaust, right? It was like, holy moly, they're all the same. They start out, they're a regular person, they get their power, they have some origin story. It's like, oh, this is why I gotta fight crime, and then they find a bad guy and they beat the bad guy, and that's it. Wait for the next movie. That's it. And it kept going on and on and on. Every winter, every summer, every spring, there was a new blockbuster Spider-Man, Superman, Mega Man, every freaking man movie coming out, right? This was anywhere from 2010, 2018, 19, it was still going on pretty much, right? The superhero trend is probably not going to die anytime soon. But what did one director, one writer, one gorgeous, amazing, phenomenal human being, what did he do? He took that, and what he did was he threw stones, right? He took the stones and he started throwing them at the other superhero movies. Technically, what he made was a superhero movie. But what he did was, what are the normal troughs? Okay, we're not going to talk about how this person got powers and their origin story of, being a good guy and fighting crime. It's like, people are sick and tired of that. How do I flip this whole thing on its head? How do I do my own thing and stand out in this marketplace? So what he did was, he created this, he didn't create, but he took the character of the Joker, right, from the Batman series. And he said, what if we made a movie, a superhero movie, quote unquote, about this guy? What would be his origin story? How do we do it differently than any other movie? How about no powers and stuff? Let's screw those powers. How about hyper realism instead of like fantasy and over the top? How about rated R instead of rated PG-13? So it was still in the trend of the superhero movie stuff. But it was darker, it was grittier, it was something else. It was something different. What he did was take what was going on, what was working, what was trending, and started throwing stones at it. Said, okay, I'm going to do something similar, but totally different. And what was the result? It made over $1 billion in the box office, right? It was hugely, enormously successful. The guy who played Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, he won an Oscar, and it left an impression on everybody's minds. Why did it leave an impression? Because it was different than all those other movies doing the same thing. It was different. So in your marketplace, whether you're doing affiliate marketing, whatever, that's what you have to do. You have to look at the space. You have to look around and say, okay, what is everybody else doing? I'm going to throw stones at it and do something totally different. You're a mobster. You're an infamous mob. So you shouldn't be afraid of being yourself. And a lot of times, that's all it takes. Just be yourself. And you'll be different than everybody else out there. Right? If you are in this group, you know a lot about how I teach or what I do. I teach sales funnels suck. Right? You don't need them. It's a waste of time. You don't need an email list. You don't need software. You don't need techie tools. You don't need solo ads. You don't need any ads at all. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the total opposite of what is taught out there, and I'm throwing stones at the gurus who keep teaching you that nonsense. So I found my own space within the space. And that's all you need to do. And not just what you teach, not just the way, the gimmick, and kind of how you do things. That's one part. But also your movement, your personality, the infamous mob. Yeah, we curse like sailors. Yeah, we do what the hell we want to do. Yeah, we're ourselves and we don't make excuses or make none of that stuff, right? Like not buttoned up, pressed up, stepping out of a plane. Want to make money online now? Look at my Lamborghini. We don't do that shit. We're the infamous mob. I'm the infamous Joel. See that? Throwing stones. See what I'm saying? Throw stones. Forget those other people. So don't be afraid of competition. Don't be afraid of oversaturation. Don't be afraid of a crowded marketplace. In fact, take that as saying, okay, there's a lot of money in this marketplace, obviously, or it wouldn't be overcrowded, right? But what is everyone else doing that I could put something new, something fresh out there to make people say, wow, what is that over there? That's different. What is that? That's something different. Right? So that's the secret. There is no such thing as oversaturation. What you're doing is you're taking the trend, you're jumping into the oversaturation, and you're buying into whatever everybody else is doing. This is why I think courses are stupid. This is why I think courses are dumb. Because they teach one way of doing things, and then when everybody does it, guess what? It's oversaturated. Guess what? Everybody's using the same posts, saying the same stuff, running the same kinds of traffic. They have the same motivational quotes. God, I hate those things. Right? They all sound the same. It's Tweedledee, Tweedledum, follow me, follow you. All the same stuff. Don't be afraid of saying, fuck that. That's it, just go out there and just like, fuck that. I'm going to do it my own way. So I do that. I piss people off all the time. It's okay to me. I don't care. Because part of this journey, this entrepreneurial journey, is that you need to have fun. Waking up, doing this every day, getting out of bed. A lot of times, a lot of people say, I don't have time. Oh, it's so much work, this and that. It's because you're making it work. You're making it a hard thing that you have to step outside of yourself and do something that you don't identify with. You are not, it feels like another job. I'm trying to do this to get out of a job. I'm trying to design my own lifestyle. Right? So the way that you do that is that you're fully you and you make no excuses. And you make no, what's the word, a sacrifice kind of thing, right? You don't like sacrifice part of who you are. Just be you. Like most of the time, that's all you need to do to stand out because everybody's too busy following blueprints and point by point and do it this way and do it that way. And just by, going into a crowded room and saying, hey, everybody, fuck that. All of a sudden, everybody goes, whoa, that's different. Who is this guy? Right? Who is this girl? Who is this person? Coming in here saying something totally different that nobody else is saying. Or doing something totally different. I'm not using funnels, running ads, or using emails, and none of that. That's totally different. Right? Still seeing success. Still making, crazy money. So don't be afraid to kill the sacred cow. Right? That's how you stand out. That's how you kill all that. It's oversaturated. Oh my God, there's so many people doing it. Everyone's trying to sell me into their thing. Well, then make your own thing. Make your own thing that no one else can copy. There was some famous saying, I don't remember which painter it is. I don't know these artists. I'm bad with names. But he said, no one can imitate my brushstrokes. Right? You're an artist. Part of entrepreneurship is a science, but part of it is also an art. You're an artist. No one can mimic your paintbrush. So go out there and put your own spin on things. I'm the infamous Joel, and I'm out.